Hello, ladies and hairball. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm your host, Quantum Player. Quantum Player, say hello. Do it fast enough and you don't suffocate. Ooh, his eyes glazed over a little for a second. How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back to this. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I asked last time if we should do like a little redesign episode, and I think the consensus was like, oh, that could be kind of cool. So first we're gonna do this. We're going to go over here. We're going to save this. This is amazing. We've only had 5 iterations of saving. Um, as number 5, we're going to save that. And then what we're going to do is we need to do something about all the parts and stuff we have making in our production. And so we've got a queue that we're currently processing. And that's taken a long time. So what I thought we could do today, I am going to come up here to the Malaphor. Ooh, third person is hard to play in. We're going to unlock this bad boy here and turn off the big engines. We don't need that. And then we are going to validate that Bob is offline. So, Bob, what are you doing? Okay, so Bob is off here. And then we're going to come up to the docking port. You think I can hit that from here? I sure can't. Let's go down here to this control station. Do this. We check Bob. We've got Elder Dagron's Bobs. They are turned off. And we've got Ice Bobs. They are turned off. Perfect. All Bobs off, which is what you want in a thing. So then now what we're going to do is we're going to, and the reason we're turning them off, wrong button, is we're going to go into creative mode. And if you have creative mode turned on and Bob starts welding, guess what happens? Bob will straight up, we're going to plop down Malaphor right there. Come back over here. We're going to go ahead and dock you up so that you're continuing to help process stuff and build things. And then we are going to take a look at this jaunty boy here for a redesign. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I have a Malaphor pod thruster, Malaphor thruster left, starboard engine, pod thruster. Oh, hydrogen thrust pod. I got you. Hydrogen thrust pod, and then starboard, and then small grid. What is this? That's interesting. Why is that? Real quick, I gotta see what this is. Is this just the regular? Huh. Okay, well, there you go. So, yeah, what I want to do is we're gonna do a little redesign stuff today. I think it could be fun. We're not gonna do all the labeling and things like that, but I think at least at the very least, that's why we're gonna rotate. I think one of the first orders of business is to go ahead and get additional gyros. You know, chances are I actually have another gyro. I can't move this at all. That's weird. Oh, there's just no reverse thrust. Oh, I turned off the wrong thing. That's what happened. Let's go ahead and get this out so it's in the sunlight. I am not entirely sure, but I thought I had extra gyros. Are they already turned on? They certainly are. Okay, cool. And we got one backup battery under there. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do some collection of things. We're gonna collect. This is a save that's not. I don't need to collect that stuff. This is not. This is an alternate save. And this is going to get deleted once we're done, so none of this will be kept. And all we're doing right now, the reason I turned the Bob's off is so that he can't complete any building while we're doing stuff, but we can allow the assembler here to keep processing and the ore to keep processing. So it's working in the background while we're working in the foreground. All right, so what do I think I want to do? That's a loaded question, really. And so and real quick, Chad had said probably the reason that that Izzy's is having oops, wrong button. Izzy's is having an issue with um, clocking the superconductors and thruster components is because Bob's spinning them too fast for it to count. So you're probably right on that. So we'll see. We'll see if the inventory system catches up. And then he was saying record short clip. Oh, suggestion. Ah, you want He also suggested that I record a short clip of me waving for the intro of the thing, so that I might do that. Like maybe just have like a pre-recorded. This is the intro to our deal. Yeah. All right. So what? Man, it's hard to get going. Like once you see this thing, I mean, the other part of that we could do. The other thing that like is a potential thing that we could do is we could just simply like cap off thrusters and finish out the build of this guy so that the Malaphor looks complete. I never really did complete this guy, just because, yeah, I just didn't. So I'm curious to see. I don't want that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I want to see height-wise what it could look like. And to do this, I definitely, oh, you know what I need to do first? To do this, I need to take this guy and get him out of here. See you later, Chomper. That'd be fun if I just deleted the only one I had. Same with you, buddy. Switch lock. Nope. Switch lock. Alright. Now we've got ourselves a bare naked Malaphor. The band. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about finishing this out. I had this idea. So this is just the Malaphor. And then the asymmetry design is tough because this has all been symmetrical up until this point. So in order to convert it to asymmetry, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's as possible as I want it to be. But what we could do, we could potentially knock this off, this off, this off, this off. We could turn this into a little landing bay, and that is possible. And then from there, you know, you could do, do we have piping? I think we did. I think I started the idea of potentially bringing piping out. So Chad also suggested like I could do a mini series where we do this. We do this. We do a rover ship, a cargo rover, cargo ship, cargo rover, scout ship, scout rover, combat ship, combat rover, mining ship, mining rover, mothership, mobile base. So I guess this would be kind of the mobile ship, mother base. I can't talk. Uh, maybe this could be what it is, what it look like. So if we do, the tire is in the way. In fact. Is this block to anything? It is not. Okay, look at that. We're already off to a good start, I think. Yeah, and then we could do potentially a cargo there. Do we need a cargo container for this to be a docking station? I don't think we do. I think this thing has plenty of cargo on it. I mean, we could technically just like throw down a small cargo container, which would do the goods right there. Could do that, and then are we all the way out? I don't think we are. So a 9. I like the idea of this thing on the off chance we need to use, oh, not a small one, nope. On the off chance we need to use a conveyor port, we can absolutely like have one pointing outwards. That way we got that. And then, yeah, look at that. We could have like this thing. I didn't do the thing I said I was gonna do. I didn't do the thing I said I was gonna do. You didn't. That's correct. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Dang it. Well, here we go. We're already off to a good start. Off to a banger of a start. Okay. Let's get you undocked. Let's copy you. Let's bring you over here. Let's rotate. Perfect. Go back over here. Redock once more. Good grief. Alright. Now. Switch lock. Delete. And come over here. This doesn't You know, we can leave this here because we might need it to build the thing around it. So, okay, but first we need to make sure we do this time so that we're not doing a dumb. We're gonna right there. Bingo, bango, bongo. And it means we gotta have a block right there. We sure are. Perfect. Okay. We could just do a cargo landing spot on either side, and then, yeah, that might not be too bad. Those look different. They are different. How did that happen? Well, I'll be a Unky's Munkle. You ever heard of an Unky's Munkle, folks? Probably not. It's okay. Me neither. Let's go and put that there for now. No. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. It's working. What else we got? And then, while we're continuing the conversation about stuff, I believe it was Lord Chaos said that Bob just works too hard. He's too efficient. And perfect, that's working. And then we wanted to do the cargo pod, just a little small boy. And I do like to name these in process just because port landing cargo. Nope, this is not right. This is starboard. Blah, 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 blah. Starboard. I like to name them in process just because if I don't do that, what happens is I will forget to do it later and it's a whole mess of problems. You know how it be. You know how it be. Port cargo. Alright. And then yeah, that's right there. And then, okay, so, yeah. So I think that's not a bad idea. Talking about doing like a build series, like just a little mini build series for different things. That could be really cool. The only thing I wonder, yeah, that I don't actually don't wonder. I don't have anything that I wonder. Um, there we go. We can say port connector, and we make sure we use it. Not used for parking. Then we can actually copy these settings here. Copy all. We'll fly over here real quick. Copy, paste, and then we just simply click, change the name to Starboard. Alrighty, there we go. Look at that. So we already have two connectors. Now this is gonna make this a little bit so. In addition to the mothership mobile base thing, that idea of having a build series for each, Lord Chaos had said that Bob was working too hard. Right, we talked about that, and then the thought of this thing being able to land on any planet, like being planet land ready so that it has enough thrust. And I want to say we could test this at a future point. I'm pretty sure without those 3 atmospheric thrusters that I knocked out, well, I still have those 2, but without those atmospheric thrusters, I'm pretty sure this chonker right here is enough juice. That and all the underside thrusters is enough juice to really take it out. So I think would be good. I do. One of the things that I think, well, I don't know what I was gonna say. Lost my train of thought there. Let's see. We gotta do 5. No. And we want this guy there. Rotate. I still like the way these things look, so I'm not mad about it. 7. We're not gonna do those. We should probably change the color, not gold. Ah, come on. Let's do... little landing pad for a ship on either side. So we could have multiple, this could be a potential like mining drones we could set up, you could build, do that thing. You got those things right there. Let's see, do I have... I thought I had the ramp somewhere in my bars. This is one of those things I struggle with quite a bit. There you go. Little mining barge, got a little spot right there. Now let's finish out this thruster cow. That's what I was thinking about doing. How do we want that to look? I think we want it to be higher than that. I think we want it to go up a full block. Just because... Do we want it to go up a full block? It's hard to tell. I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, Lord Cass, I think I tend to agree. I think this being planet ready is kind of neat. It gives it a different flavor. Plus the wheels and stuff still done, so like it has effectively landing gear across the board. I like the way these thruster pods look on the bottom side. It's just about finishing off this top portion. And I don't really know how to make... I feel like I wanted them a little bit more slanted, but this may be the jam right here by... Get out of there. And then we could put extra lighting. Oh, this is a good spot to have a light right there for your what do you call it? What is that called? Your nav lights. So we'd have technically a place for nav lights, which could be a thing. I think the problem is this right here. I don't know how we're gonna get this to go across. So let's just try it. Let's just see what we got going on. Let's see what we're working with. I don't know if there's a block that will meet the needs of this right here. There is a block for that. Not to quote, who's that? Who is that says that? Is there a block for that? Is there a block for that? I think that's Lunar Colony. Is there a block for that? Yeah. And I think there is. We're gonna find it together, guys. It's gotta be this guy. It is this guy, in fact. Oh, look at that. There was, in fact, a block for that. And then that means there's definitely a block for this right here. I can't find it because, bellissimo! We're gonna have ourselves a completed thruster pod. How do we want to do that right there? We could just do this guy. And then effectively that does what we just fixed by having that go to there and then do that, and then 8, we just need to find the reverse of that block, which we just did. Oh, good grief. There you go, look at that. Look at that. Would you just look at it? The only problem now is I believe we have a bit of a scale down issue where we're... Actually, I don't mind that at all. I kind of like the break part of that, like how it's got like an edge. I think that works. So then now it's just a matter of figuring out which one of these blocks will cause destruction and which ones will not cause destruction. Like that won't get destroyed, that won't get destroyed. The question is, will this block get nuked from the updraft? And that is an answer I don't have. And I kind of wish that was a full-size block right there. That's okay. That's okay. And then we should have passage blocks. That's what I was going for. I don't think those are going to be the right ones, though. I think... Oh, I need that block picker mod. See? This is why we need that mod. Let's see. Passage? Is it passage? It is passage. Let's go ahead and knock you off the bar. Probably don't need ladders either, but we're going to do this. And copy that to the gold. Do we only have one? That seems weird. Oh, why can't I rotate this? There you go. Perfect. Perfecto. Alright, so thruster cowl, complete minus the big gap in the front of it. What do we think we should have there? Ooh, I got an idea. So obviously these are just, actually, that is a great idea. We could do, but we can't do that because I need this surface to be something else. Maybe we can do it. Let's find out. Let's find out if we can do it. If we can, we will. If we can't, we won't. So, right there, and then, oh my gosh. Stop pressing that button. What is going on? Is it Shift P? I believe it is Shift P. Struggling. The struggle bus. It's real. What else? What else changed recently? I think that now that the sun is out, this is not helpful. I need the sun to go away for a minute.
Energy low.
Energon low? Oh no. Are you actually doing anything? Why are you shining down there? Ah, this is not doing what I want it to. So, okay, we can say bye to that. What about that? That's a forward lighting on that guy right there. That works. Come over here. That's probably not good for not blinding the absolute pea wadding out of a guy. Like coming in for a landing, you're like, all right, I'm coming in for a landing, and just like blinded. That's probably not good. But that's all right. That's okay. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there together. I think I want this guy. I think we're gonna do this instead. And right there, and that right there. Perfect. And then, if I am not mistaken, we have a block somewhere around here. There it is. We're gonna steal the block from this. Copy all. Thank you. Ah, where's the land at? Where's it at? No. Paste. Paste. Beautiful. This is a spaceship, obviously. I mean, we should probably have safety rails, but you know what? OSHA doesn't exist. There is only Clang. Also, welcome to John Bray, the artist formerly known as Sarah Bray. I guess he was using his wife's YouTube account to comment, and now he's figured out how to change the name, so now he's commenting as his real self. All right. So Sarah, not Sarah. Good grief. See, now it's gonna mess with me, John. I'm just gonna call you Bray. Done. Done. Go for it, Malaphor. Let's see. What do you say? At least you can blueprint, cut out parts you want, create mode, stuff like that. Port side, create landing docks, yank the wheels off, replace them with cargo.
Energy critical.
Oh, landing bay could use some extra gyros. It really could. Maybe extra jump drives if it's laden with ore and all that stuff. Could also add some fold-out grinders for salvaging. And then, yeah, I don't actually mind having Bob. I think I was keeping up with this idea of keeping Bob on fly mode. Let's see. Bob. Rhea, Bob. Bob, I'm going to put you on fly mode. That's it. That's all we're going to do. It's not turned on, so I'm not really worried about it right this second. Let's see. Let me think for just a momento. So we got our landing bays out. I think that looks cleverly good. We could also turn this into another hydrogen thruster down. Honestly, we could just utilize this space to make a ridiculous amount of downward thrust if we really wanted to. So if we feel like it can't land, I think the next thing I really want to do, I know it's going to add just an absolute metric crapload of weight, but part of me just wants to fill in the gaps. Like, I just want to... I think primarily because it just looks very hollow underneath. I like this. I like this being able to see out. I wish, you know how we put the camera on the parabolic antenna? How dope would it be if we could put a camera right there? That'd be the most useful thing on Earth, but you know what we can put it on? We can put it right there, and we can get rid of this dang camera that doesn't really work. Um, it,
No
wor
energy.
it works, but it doesn't. Oh, man. I thought I deleted something more important. All right. So, let's see. Copy. Paste. So, and then your guy's right. This should have been done a long time ago. The fact that we haven't is a testament to my stubbornness, honestly. Oh, it's already there. You go. And then if we let's see how she handles now. Where are we at? Oh, a little better. It's turning quicker. I mean, it's a giant cargo hauler, right? It's not meant. The reality is, it's not meant to be a nimble beast. So I think that's all right. I think that's going to be okay. We've got the pilot seat. We've got the bay here. One of the things I wouldn't mind doing, and I might have to turn off. One of the things here that I may have to turn off the. Uh, we're gonna add. I think we're gonna add gravity to it as well. One of the things. Oh, I have all the engines on. Turn those off. Let's get out away from the base really quick, because I feel as if. Okay. One of the things I was gonna say is I may have to turn off symmetry mode for some of the stuff I was thinking about doing, just because part of me wants to like take out some of this stuff, like, but like just a control. So like imagine we just have like a control seat right here that just controls that turret, and it's like come in for a landing, like they get clearance, and then you're like you can just immediately let's see what that looks like. Um, I've been getting, by the way, the uptick in spam calls is absolutely bewildering to me. Um, Gatling, which one? Forward, left. So let's just do control. Oh, and I guess we could turn it on and off if we wanted to. So you could be like, who goes there? What do you want? Eh? Eh? Anyways, I don't know. You don't have to make that noise. That's part of, that's for me. That's for me. Is there a way to turn off? Okay, do not control any of this crap. Or inertial dampeners. No, you know what? That's okay. We'll leave that on, and I'll tell you why we're going to leave it on. Because if we didn't, like, what if the ship's running and I'm like, oh no, I can't get to the pilot seat. You can come here and turn on the dampeners. So let's copy all those settings. What is this? This is, we didn't name it. We can though. Port, gat, helm. Perfect. I love that. And then if we copy all of the settings, here's the question. If we copy all the settings and we come over here and we've got this guy and we paste all the settings, is it paste literally all the settings? It doesn't. Okay, cool. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. Okay, same things. Everything's turned off there. So then we can come here. We say gat, and then we say turn on off. Oh, I'm sorry. Control, then turn off. Control, turn on off, and then what? Yeah, there you go. Perfect. I love it. I think that's gonna be neat. That's nifty. This isn't the best. There was stuff in this? Oh, so there was. Well, now there's not. Now there's stuff inside whatever it's inside. I can put that in here. Hold this clean cola for me. Okay, yeah, so we got the turret control there. It's kind of the control tower, like, you know, we're looking out, we're seeing who's coming in. We don't really have a forward one because we don't have a forward gun, but I think that works really well. And then, obviously, we've got the captain here with all of our experiments. I think we may need to move the death counter. I mean, it's important to have. But maybe there's another place for it, like, could I place one right here? Let's just, I know this isn't the right thing, I just want to see if I can place a light. I need the light panel. No, I cannot. Okay. Where can I place death counter? It's the perfect place for a death counter. Okay, cool. I need that LCD. Let's see. Open this up. Grab the color. Come over here. Beautiful. Pick that color back. Nope, nope, nope. Pick that color right there. Thank you. Copy all settings. Copy all settings. Copy, paste all settings. It's just transparent LCD. Ah, how good of me to have that. And then copy all that. Make sure it works. I think it's important that we... Why didn't that... I'm confused. Why aren't we showing text? Just the text. Just text. It didn't copy any of this crap. That's some bull honky. Maybe it's because it's copying the wrong thing. Battery, oh, because it is copying the wrong thing. Okay, how do I get it to copy the settings of this? Copy settings. Copy all of those settings. 16 properties it says. Paste all settings. Why is it... What am I missing? This is how it happens. Copy settings. I want text color. No, it's just not going to work. So, okay, well. Transparent. Transparent LCD. We've got font size 2.240, so we come here. Font size 2.240. Checkity check. We've got, what else do we got? We've got 255, 171, 0. I liked all the colors. 171, 0. Beautiful. What else? I think I set it to font size debug, padding 2%, alignment left. Padding 2%, alignment left. 2%, alignment left. Okay, there we go. Now we can come in here very carefully say bye to that, and then do I have gravity on the box somewhere? I don't. Grav gen. Malaphor needs it. It's just it needs to have it. And as like a security measure, ooh, we could I want to do it in the gold. Ah, I can't walk. See, okay, I placed this. Who was that last time? John. John. I don't remember the John. He asked, not John Bray, different John, not John Bon Jovi, different John. He asked why it was that the gravity was so high. It sets it. It sets it standard to, I guess, one times Earth's gravity. And unfortunately, I'm not like Goku. I don't train at any amount of Earth's gravity. So, I just don't train. Guess that's what that means. All right, so we got some cool stuff, but radio spectrometry. I like. This is my most accidental thing. The fact that this like electron microscope is looking at ore detection. To me, that is brilliant use of this. I'm gonna take the win there, if you will. Okay, so interior sorted. We got a gravity generator, death counters there. This is all pretty good. I'm not mad about any of this stuff. We have battle helm that doesn't really have all the functions, but it's close enough. Out here we come out, and then we have this, our docking bay. Should we add safety rails? Do we want safety rails? I think the problem is if we add safety rails, the gun won't be able to shoot easily. What if we did sort of safety rails? Like, we care about your safety, but we also want to murder you. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. Like that. a very weird block I'm using. There we go. Nice. And then we gotta go back to this one, because apparently they're reversed. What a obnoxious set of blocks we have. There we go. Nice little, that gives it some flavor, right? We should probably, you're right. I agree. 6. There you go. How's that look? Well, I can dig that. I appreciate it. Solid work. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's gonna be a good one. This isn't gonna be. We're at 36 minutes. Well, we've got this part done. That's nice. Do we want to do the underside next? I don't think we do. We already covered some of that up, but honestly, we probably could get rid of our atmospheric thruster there. I don't see a reason to keep that necessarily. What is that repairing? Nothing really. Let's see. I don't know what that's repairing. All right, let's do the thruster pod down here. We're not completely done because this still exists. And I think honestly we can do. I think this will be just as effective as that. Oh, which block did I just delete? There we go. Okay, now we can have thruster pod there. So now, how do I want to connect this? I do want it connected. I'm thinking let's just jet a block out first. Yeah, okay. I forget I only have to go halfway. That's my brain not remembering that I only have to go halfway. I need that gold color. I know, I'm making it much heavier. We're gonna have to recheck. We're gonna have to redo a gyro test to see if this still has maintained any of its gyro strength and ability. There we go, look at that. We got some green spots. We could even do another 2 right there. Like, bop, bop. And we're not filling in every block in between, so in theory, we should be able to, it should not be too heavy, like we're not adding too much weight. Let's see, go across to there. Those are still vulnerable, which is fine. I actually have an idea for that right this second. We're not gonna do just yet, and I think we're gonna go up 2 blocks. We're gonna make this curve in an interesting way. Well, interesting to me. We're gonna do that, and then yeah, I have an idea for that. And my idea is this. We're gonna do a block like this. And then we're gonna come to this guy here, right there. I wish you would step back from the ledge, my friend. I don't think we're gonna save these, but just in case, I think the idea is gonna be this. We're gonna grab the T-junction from this bad boy right here. And then that way we have an attachment point for that right there. And actually we can do this and do that. Yeah, there we go. Like skids to protect all of the sweet, sweet hydrogen without filling in too much. And then from here, we should just be able to, like, honestly, just swarm the blocks a bit. I don't think we need to, oh, I can't put a block there. Okay. So what if we just did, how's that look? Pretty good. And then, nope, I don't want that. That would be dumb. Let's do this block here. Perfect. And then do that block there, that block there. And then from there, we should effectively just be able to... What is right there? Oh, I remember. There's a control panel there. And we'll just honestly block all that in. It's very flat down here, but I'm not super duper mad about it just because I feel like the flatness, and we can leave like a little maintenance access area here, like, oh, what's broken in here, and you can kind of see maintenance stuff. I think that's kind of the idea I'm going with. The thruster thing is really irking me, but I also have an idea right here. What if we did, let's go back to this color. Get some gold. How do I want to do this? I feel like, I don't know if I like this or not. I think I do. It just gives a nice little flavor, and then how's that look? Okay, the weird gaps back there aren't great, but that's okay. What if we... I like the, actually, that this creates the perfect... By just having that right there, we can just honestly fill this gap. Do that right there, and like, then it looks like kind of like a wheel well. Wow. Wheel well. I can say words. Not well, obviously, but I can say them, and then we can pick a different block for this. I think there's one that's perfect. It's like, well, that's not bad, but that's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of this guy here. Oh, that didn't work. So it's not that block. It's gonna be this block. Perfect. Oh, and that already, yeah, we did that, and then. They're like little canards. Like that's what that, it's like, it's drafting to get the air to pass through easily. What do we got going on here? This is not the right block. Quit bothering me. You're bothering me. Okay. Please rotate the way I want you to. Thank you. Alright, how do we look? Looks pretty good. I totally forgot we had a piston here to lock us down. You think that still works? You know, the best way to find out is with the power of science. Oh, hey, look at this color that's not... This is not properly colored. Well, it will be in just a minute. There you go. Look at that. Okay. This is awful right here. I don't like the way that looks. But before we do anything, we should do this. Now most of this stuff has been additive. We haven't taken away too much. So the blueprint should be able to be loaded up pretty smoothly. This does not look good back here still. And I think it's because of that strut brace right there, probably. But that's okay. This little exposed section never hurt nobody. I don't mind it. I think we could do something like... something like this, maybe? And that'll create a space there that looks interesting and unique. And then we still have the maintenance access. Obviously, it's not good back here. It's interesting how much of this was built, like I managed to get built, versus like where I stopped. Like, oh, we can get to space now. I think I was in such a rush to get to space that I just whole ass didn't even try. I think this is what happened. It's okay. That happens to the best of us and the worst of us and pretty much anyone in between us. You know, projects are meant to be halted
Energy low.
regularly. Okay, so we've got some plating there. Everything looks strong and tight. This thing has gained some weight. I wish... Oh, I can check that, actually. Yeah, that's going to be round 1 of our recreation of this thing. I'm going to call it a 47 minutes. I think it's been pretty good. I like these things where this is at. Instead of trying to do the asymmetry thing as far as that stuff goes, I think that works well. And now I can... Whee! I can pop down here. I don't immediately die. We have the bob turn on button still. We could fill this gap in. I think honestly we just should. And we can, for the most part, we can just, like, we can literally leave that open and just have a little access chute. Like, I can even make it a door if we really wanted to get cray-cray with the cheese whiz here. 7. We might use this old-fashioned door. We never use this door anymore. But it's not offset enough for me, so we're going to use this door. And we're going to say, what is this? I think we're on the port side. Offset door. 4 seconds. And that way, like, oh, is anything damaged? You can do a look around, look ski around. Same over here. We'll come to this guy. Starboard door. Starnpard. Ah, yes, the Starnpard door. Guys. I'm feeling a little under the weather today. I think that's the problem. We're gonna blame it on that. Why did that not... Did we not do that block right? Is there gaps on both sides? There's gaps on both sides. Okay, it looks like it's supposed to. Alright. Alright. Would you just look at it? So far, it feels more complete. We need to, at some point, we'll finish off this. I might do another shorter episode where we knock that out. We have the ability to check that thing there. So if we come up here, we can say, alright, camera, do this. We say camera, Malaphor or camera, and then we do view. And then now we can look through the tires. It's a lovely view. To scan for ores. I think that's going to be cool. That's going to be useful. I like the front end a bit. I think this is fine. It is meant to still be able to land on planets, so those things don't bother me that it's there. It's interesting that we definitely have... Oh no, they're not completed on either side. I was going to say, I didn't box any of that in, but I didn't. I did not box any of that, is correct. Nothing was boxed in over here, but what I think to do a quick down and dirty job, I know I just said I was going to call it. Let's do this. And then there you go. Make it feel a little more whole right there, so it's not just this big gaping hole. I don't think there's anything wrong with having maintenance stuff, but I know it's not super duper necessary. Like we don't need maintenance gaps necessarily. It's just one of those things because we have Bob. Bob's going to be doing the bulk of our maintenance, but still, we need to finish that out. That's a thruster thing that needs to happen. I don't really care for the thruster right there. And actually, you know what? I think that's gonna be the way to go. We're gonna keep those for extra lift. I know that's not necessary. Honestly, the other thing is if we're like, oh, we can't, like if we want to test it on the ground eventually, we can come here and we can get rid of this guy, get that guy, and we can just literally like until we get enough thrust to be able to land on planet. I think we could do that. Obviously, we're not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not worried about this thing not being able to make landfall exactly yet. I am going to leave that open though until we come back to this and do another redesign. I think everything else looks pretty good. I shouldn't have any blocks getting damaged. I'm happy that we finally have these thruster cowls completely finished out. They look infinitely better. Next step is the little hangar bay. And I think we might get rid of these things and do like some doors. I'm not sure. But that's going to be it for now, I think. We're gonna, oh, I have gravity again. Yay, gravity. Gravity. Yeah, no, let's not take, that's not a good screenshot. If we're gonna do a screenshot, we gotta do one way over here. Whee. All right, look at that. The Malaphor finally getting completed. Ish. Just a nice little thing there. This is the return of the Malaphor. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I promise I'll be less squirrely. No, I won't. I won't. I'm not going to promise that. That's a terrible promise that I can't keep. But everybody enjoyed this. This is just a quick little. I wanted to do something with this and get it looking a certain way. I kind of like how it's looking. One of the things I think that I struggle with is I'll see like this is the core system of the ship, the core frame, like the structural frame, and then you have a color, and you do that in a color, and then you have color of the external armoring. That's one color, and then you do like your internal systems like piping and stuff as a color. And I always struggle with building the core structural system for a ship and then putting stuff on top of it to make it look like not just a box. So that's one of the things I struggle with. It is definitely a problem, I guarantee. Anyways, let's, I'm gonna see if I can wave. I can't. Nobody is shocked by this. That's okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you know what to do. Yeah. I will catch you later, taters, and as always, be kind. Bye.